Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanaya Rayamajhi, and I'm going to be talking about mental health illness in young generation. Do you have mental health illness? Do I have mental health illness? And how could I know? So, what are the three most common mental health illness? ADHD, anxiety, and depression. Let's talk about ADHD symptoms. ADHD symptoms are shaking legs, fidgeting with stationaries, or stuttering when speaking. Almost the whole population in Earth has ADHD because it's just very common mental health illness in people. The next most common mental health illness is anxiety. Anxiety is as similar as ADHD, as it has similar symptoms and it has something as similar as ADHD, but it's a bit more serious. Anxiety is leading to shaking legs, fidgeting with items, and much more simple things, such as nervous, being very more nervous than before. The other most common mental health illness is depression. People make jokes about depression more often. Whenever you listen to a song, they're like, are you listening to depressing songs? Are you depressed? They're making jokes out of it, but it's nothing to joke about. Actually, depression is a very serious thing. It's something that people go through a lot, and it's very hard for them. Depression needs medicine. People need to take pills in depression, which can be really hard. Depression doesn't really show symptoms just physically, but it can even show in mentally. So depression is very serious and it's really hard for people. So what causes mental health illness? First of all, the biggest problem in mental health illness is school pressure. School pressure, there are two types of school pressure actually. One is when adult generations are stressing younger generation out of school and taking their stress on them. If a young generation can't do their studies well or can't learn something, but they're trying, the adults can put pressure on them and start yelling at them, which cause the young generation to get involved in mental health illness. The other type of mental health illness, school pressure, is when the young generation students put pressure on themselves out of school. If you have a homework and you do not understand it, sometimes it can be stressing for you and it can lead to mental health illness getting worse. You will start to see symptoms out of school. Students in school have ADHD a lot. Most people in school, teachers and students, they both struggle a lot because school pressure is a very big thing. It's one of the biggest mental health illness problems. The next mental health illness problem is friendship. Friendship may not be a big thing, but it's actually pretty sad. When you think of someone you trust a lot, maybe you trust someone too much that they can betray you. Maybe they spread rumors about you, they blackmail you, they threaten you to give away your biggest secret. The friendship problem of mental health illness is like that, because sometimes people can be really giving you pressure out of their friendship, and friendships are also a big deal in mental health illness. The other mental health illness problem is relationships. Relationship problems are also almost as big as school pressure, because there was once a girl named Pushpa and she did suicide because she found out she had an affair with her lover, her fiance, and that made her very sad, so she had to end her life. Pushpa, she was going through a lot. She probably couldn't take it anymore. The mental health illness got worse. They're assuming that that's the only reason Pushpa did suicide, but there can be other reasons too. But the thing that they're saying right now is that relationship mental health illness is also a big thing, which can lead to many things. Mental health illness can lead to self-harm or suicide. It's really difficult. The other mental health illness problem is family problems. family problems are not that big, but it's something in your house. But sometimes family problems can be very big that you cannot handle it anymore. When parents argue, their children get really stressed. Parents talk about divorce. If they're fighting a lot, the children cannot take it. The young generation, they cannot take it, which can lead to mental health illness. The other thing in family problems are siblings. When siblings don't give you space, or when parents compare you to your siblings, that can also cause mental health illness. But that's not it. Not only household family problems, but it could also be relative problems. If your relatives are comparing you to your cousins, it's really a hard thing, because sometimes they can compare you to your grades with your cousins, or they could judge you about what you wear or who you are. That's family problems, as it cannot only be in your household. It can be your relatives, your aunts, or your grandparents. That's all the mental health illness problems, or why mental health illness may be caused. But how do you prevent it? First of all, if your child has mental health illness, it's a sign to take it slowly, because when they're showing signs, or when they're talking about suicidal thoughts, or if you suspect them doing self-harm, then it's a sign that you should take it slow. Maybe if they need someone to talk to, you could talk to them. Or if they don't want to talk to you, if they don't feel comfortable talking to you, you don't have to force them. Basically, if you know a therapist, you might take them to a therapist, because therapists aren't a bad thing. Or if they don't want to go to a therapist, call the closest people they know. Maybe their friends, their best friends, their cousins, or even their lovers. You can call them and have a talk to them. But if they want privacy, they don't want anything to do with socializing, leave them be, because sometimes they need privacy when you're going through a hard time. Sometimes you need space, and you can take care of it yourself, because the only person that knows about you more is you. So sometimes you have to leave them alone and let them deal with their problems themselves, but never just leave them behind and never look out for them, because just because I said give them privacy doesn't mean that you should look after them. So that's what I think of mental health illness in young generation. Thank you.